Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Oh, welcome, welcome. Forgot to turn my volume down on my monitor. I'll just wait a few minutes for more people to come in. Tonight, we're going to work on dude. That's what this is called, D-E-W-D, dude. And the lady said it's because it reminded her of dew on the grass. So they called it dude. That's my practice one. And this is my nice one. Let's see. We've gone through quite a few of them. Let's see. We've done Huggins, Paradox, over here. We've done Kiko. We've done Flute. We've done the Crescent Moon, Zircus. Hi, Stacy. Meow. We've done Bales several different ways, and I thought I came up with this on my own, and I come to find out they do this one. I thought I was being so smart in coming up with that one, and it turns out they do that one. So I called that the poinsettia, but it's just a different version of Bales over here. And then today, like I said, we're gonna do dude. D-E-W-D, dude. You crocheting, Stacy? I ask her a question as she's trying to count and finish a row. Probably. Mm. You My computer printer is talking to me here. Got to put the tray back in. There we go. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to show up. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. That's okay. Lori might have forgotten that it was Tuesday. She might have gone to see her mom. Can you contact Lori, Stacy? Do you have the ability on Messenger? I can't right now because my phone is in StreamYard. You don't know? Her last name is Delp, D-E-L-P, Lori Delp. If you can find her on Messenger. If you can't, it's all right. Still waiting for a few more people to show up. Hola, Maritza. You did message her. Oh, great. I thought you might have her contact information because she did that sale with us one day. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I just did my nails last night and I got paint on them. And I can't get the paint off. And it's just acrylic paint. I don't know what to do except do the whole nail all over again, which I don't want to do. Oh well. Okay. So, hi Kitty. How are ya? Yay, glad you're here. We're gonna do my take of a zentangle. You spoke in dish soap. And it's called Dude. So first I need to get my camera down a little closer. There we go. Nope, it's still gonna wing in, and I think it's because of the color of the page. Soak in dish soap. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know. We'll see. I might just leave it alone. I might just leave it alone. Today I'm going to start in pencil. And I'm going to start pretty close to the center. When they do this, they don't have a square. They didn't, I just drew the square out of force of habit now. So actually, I want to erase that square because we don't need the square for this one. Okay, we're just going to start. And let me see which one it starts like. It starts a little bit like flute. But instead of starting at the base and going up on all of them, you kind of start on at the base, but you're in the air here at the base. And you make a curve. And you come around as if you're going to make a spiral, but you actually fill that in. And then you do the same on the other side. You get really close, about halfway down, and you do the same thing on the other side. And you can make your line wavy, or you can make it straight. You can give it whatever kind of character you like. And don't go out too far. This one's okay, this one's okay. This one kind of went out too far. You don't want to go out too far. Can't see? Why can't you see? Is it too dark? Was my hand in the way? Ah, my hand might have been in the way. Well, actually, if you wait till the end, we're going to shade it. We're not going to actually color it, but we're going to shade it. Oh, it was too far down. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. That's good enough. Oops, I got to make my last one here. Straight up. Now you're going to create an aura. So you're going to start on the left. Well, I'm going to start on the left. We're going to come up and around, and we're going to touch the stem of the next dude guy, of the next dude. And then you're going to start a little on the inside, create an aura, and touch the stem of the next dude guy, of the next dude piece, the next stem. I like calling them stems. And again, you're going to come up, create an aura, come up and around. Now on this last one, going to come up and around, and we're going to kind of stop midway. Just stop. Because now we want to do the right side. So we want to do the right side. We want to create that aura. We're going to go up to that little point, the little dot, and come around and connect the stem. And we're going to do the same thing on the next one. We're going to come around. Oops, didn't make my stem long enough. And connect to the stem. And then we're going to come up and around and connect to the stem. It doesn't look like a whole lot yet, but it will. It'll get to look like that in just a minute. So create the aura, which means we're just going to trace, and we're going to connect to that line that we had that was halfway around. Now, this has some shading, and the way to get into the position to be able to get those stripes, that shading, is to create 2 more vines. So you start again at the bottom, and come around, and you want to try to go straight up, not off to an angle. You want to try to take these straight up. Now don't worry if you get close, because you're going to make your aura look like it goes behind. And I'll show you how to do that, because I'm sure I've got some that are really close. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did over here. I'm going to create an aura to the dot, around the dot, and connect it to the stem. Connect it to the stem. And oops, I didn't make my stem long enough. Connect it to the stem. Come around and stop kind of midway. Do the same on the other side and make my stem long enough. Okay, and now you can see in between here, there's these spaces that don't seem to have anything, and they're just kind of blank, just laying there. And that's where you're going to make your shading, your lines. But first, let's complete the doodle. Let's come back to the left side now. And I'll make one get in there real close on purpose. And we're just creating little stems with little dots at the end of them. That's the base of the dude. These little flues in a line. And again, we're going to create the aura. We're going to come right close to it, up to the circle, and around, and connect to the stem. And we're going to do the same thing all the way up. We're going to come up to the circle, the black dot, go around, and connect to the stem of the next one. Come in real close and go up to the dot and connect to the stem of the next one. All right, now, see this one's really, really close. I'm going to make it look like it goes behind by not crossing the lines. And I'll show you what that means when I get there. But I just wanted to let you know it was coming up. I'm going to start at the base and go up to the dot. I forgot to make the stem long and connect to the stem. So I got to make that stem in there. Okay, now I'm going to create the aura, and I'm going to stop and start again. So I'm going to make it look like it goes behind. Go to the dot. Now I'm coming around. Now there's no room to go around. So I've got to figure out, kind of trace in the air where that circle would go and come back out and connect to the stem above. And see, now it looks like it's behind. I'll bring it up closer so you can see it. Now it looks like it's behind the original one. So don't cross your lines if you want it to look like it goes behind it. You just kind of stop, pick your pencil up, draw it in the air, and then put your pencil down when you know you have room to draw again. And we're going to go real close and connect the stems. And then we're going to go real close to the circle, come around and all the way down and connect to the one on the left. And again, we have these empty spaces that we want to fill in. I'm going to make these stems just a little bit longer. Okay, so what we want to do to fill those spaces is just draw some straight lines. And this one, nice and easy, light touch. And you're just going to keep going where those empty spaces are. And make sure you don't mistake an empty space for the actual center of your dude. You don't want to go in here because that's your vine. And that, kitty, is where you can color it in. Ooh, you can color those different colors. And you just keep creating those lines. Until you have no more spaces left. And then we'll do something really cool with it afterwards, with shade it in. Hey, Doretha, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. And so we're going to find those empty spaces again on the other side. and just create these lines. And kind of gives it the effect that this little vine is standing in front of some much taller vines in the background. Okay, so we've got them now with the lines kind of filled in. Now what we want to do is take our little charcoal pencil and just very gently, ever so gently, shade in, color in that space, and it will make it pop even more. And really make it look like these vines are in the back and the three that we drew are in the front. This really pulls this to the front. You just, excuse me, you just ever so gently, ever so lightly. If you're afraid to do this with your charcoal pencil, do it with your graphite pencil. And that makes that really stand out. I'm actually going to take my tortillon and kind of smudge it. Just kind of smudge it so that it doesn't look so stark. Just gently. You don't want to blend everything in so that it just looks like one black patch. You just want to smudge it ever so gently. Ta-da! And now, if you want, you can take your colored pens or your fine tip markers and this is where you can have fun, kitty. First, I'm going to take a black marker and I'm going to outline everything I did. That way, it'll really show up and stand out. Just the inside part. I'm not going to outline the aura. I'm just going to outline the inside part. The stem with the dot on it. Because I want that part to stand out. And again, you just want to breathe easy. You're just creating a fun little work of art. Oops, I totally missed the line there. But that's all right. You know what? I changed my mind. I am going to do the auras. Yep, I am going to do the auras. I am liking it that I'm doing the auras. And then, once I'm done tracing the auras, I'm going to take my extra fine pens, markers actually, I've got markers, and I'm going to color those in. So just going slowly and gently, taking my time. There. Googly alien eyes. Everybody sees something different. That's an honest opinion. That it looks like googly eyes. I thought it looked like a vine, and other people think it looks like other things. Okay, Stacy. So now you think I'm going to use green. Yes, I am. I'm going to use green. And I'm going to color that in because I just like the idea that it's got color. And I'm glad I colored in or defined those lines because they would have gotten lost. Now you can go for real color, like what I'm doing, or you can use like a sepia, a brown color, neutral colors. I kind of like the idea that because it looks like a vine, I'm coloring it in green. And I'm not paying too much attention as to whether I color the whole thing in. There might be some white lines or white spots, and that's okay. If you see them and you want to fill them in, that's great. If you see them and you don't want to fill them in, that's great too. Okay. I'm just going to keep on going on my own little trek, just coloring them in. Ooh, can tell I'm concentrating. I concentrate and I got really quiet. So for those of you who have tried this doodle, this tangle, be sure to take a picture of it and post it in my Facebook group. Let everybody see how well you did. This was a relatively easy one, and it was colorful. And we only did a little section here, but we could easily have gone more to the left and more to the right and gone up taller and really like filled a whole section in. And just kept going and made this thing like the creature from the Black Lagoon, you know, bring it to life. And almost done. Almost done. Now, does anybody have any questions or any comments or anything they'd like to add? Has anybody ever done this doodle before? There, I colored it in with green. How did everybody do? How did everybody do? Did anybody try it? There. Green googly eyes. Kitty, that's great. Oh, Kitty, that's great. That's great. That's great. Oh, green googly eyes. Another way they suggested to do this is when you're making a stem. Let's see if I can get a little practice sheet out here. When you're making a stem, and you go to make that center point, to leave a little white opening in it to make it look like it's glistening. So you would leave a little white spot left in your dot, so that when you created your aura, it actually brings it to life. So you can watch the replay. Okay. This is the one I did that's black and white. I tried to leave some of those little white spots in some of the in these little things, but the marker I was using was a little bit too thick. I should have used a little bit thinner marker. So that was Dude. I was gonna do Flux this week, but Flux got me flummoxed. I cannot do Flux to save my life. So I didn't feel right. It didn't feel right trying to present it to you if I didn't even know what I was doing. So maybe next week I'll try Flux again. Who knows? I even wrote grrr after its name because Flux got me flummoxed. So that's it for tonight. We did Dude again, another one that didn't take me quite as long as I thought it would. Well, 45 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty close. So I want to thank you all for coming. I hope you have a great evening and a great week, and hopefully I see you again next Tuesday, where hopefully I'll bring you Flux. If not, I will bring you something zentangle. I'll give you my take on it again. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for the replayers. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Be sure to give a thumbs up, everybody. It does help the channel. Oh, good. I'm glad you posted, Jassy. I appreciate that. Bye for now. Meow.